Well, welcome to Martini Time. So, that's my uncle, my Martini priest, who ordained me as a Martini priest before he died, always said the Martini should be dry. And he kind of like said, basically, and his idea was dry, was a glass of gin with the memory of yesterday's vermouth. So I have a little bit. So that I also had to, I decided how to make my irritation work for me. I think we all have the irritation of spell check, where you're writing something and you miss one letter and spell check will stick in another word and you don't see it. So I was writing, a friend of mine stepped on a nail, and I remember when I stepped on a nail and I had to go to the doctor, Dr. Spence, and get a tennis shot. So, Tennis. So I noticed it said tennis shot, and I just kept on going, and then I said he had some balls. So I figured, now there's the solution. When the spell check sticks in another word, I'll just follow the flow and make a joke out of it. So, solves the irritation. Okay, the title of this talk is Avatar, the Buddha Blueprint. This Sunday, I'm giving a new seminar, probably one that has never existed before. It's called Zen in the Art of Movies. If you remember Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, well, this is Zen in the Art of Movies, where I'll take my favorite movies and give a seminar on it. And the first one's going to be Avatar. And so I just thought of the title a few minutes ago for this talk. So I'm going to give you a treat and just begin to discover my talk here because I don't make notes or anything. So the title of this talk is Avatar, the Blueprint, the Buddha Blueprint. And for those of you who have seen Avatar, if you haven't, I recommend it highly. And I was going to watch it again, but I couldn't find my CD. And then somebody reminded me that it's on Netflix. I'm safe, you see. Okay, well, the Buddha Blueprint is a blueprint to go from division to unity, basically, from suffering to the cessation of suffering, from the unconscious to the conscious. It's that kind of a continuum. That's whatever gives you that continuum is the blueprint of the Buddha. Because that's what the Buddha's teaching was about. He said, I teach suffering and the cessation of suffering. So he teaches what is suffering and the cessation of suffering. Boom, very simple. So most movies are metaphors for that blueprint. Even Hallmark. My wife watches Hallmark movies. They're all about fragment to unity, division, suffering, conflict. What am I going to do? Where's my beloved? All that to unity. Oh, happy ending. Happy ending. We love it. America's all about happy ending, isn't it? And in the 60s, listening to music I'm getting off my topic anyway. Let's get back to Avatar. Avatar is a blueprint to go from division to unity. And James Cameron had a vision for this movie, a dream, 20 years before he made it, but the technology wasn't ready to make the movie. When my mother was 100 years old, I took her to see Avatar in 3D with the glasses. And after we came out, I said, how did you like it, Mom? She says, I really liked it, but where did they get all those tall blue actors? So I had to explain animation to her. She said the first movie she remembers was Harold Lloyd hanging from a clock. So that was a continuum. And so the blueprint in Avatar is that we have a fundamental division. Sky people, and Jake Sully is the hero, is the sky person, and the Nava, mind, body. You can divide it any way you like. A lot of people think it's about a war on Native Americans, whatever you're thinking. There's all different levels you can go. But I go down to the bottom. I take the elevator down to the basement. I want to find out what the core blueprint is here. You can add anything you want going up the floors, you see. So you start at the basement, and then every floor you go up is another meaning of the blueprint. It's about this, or it's about that, you see. And so you can have all these different floors of meaning, all of which are true. But being a Zen writer, a Zen practitioner, I like to get down to the core, down to the bitter end, down to the fundamental division there. And it's a division between the mind, thinking mind, sky people, and the reality that mind creates, which is the reality we're living in right now. We're sky people. We're sky people. This is the reality of mind. Everything is an it. They said the guy in the sky person guy, he says, what is this, sacred trees? They're all trees. You pull up one, and plant another one. It's all its, you see. But they were after unobtainium. Unobtainable. They were after unity. And it was unattainable because they were trying to find unity through division. And that's what we do. That's what sky people do. The only thing we have is our intellect and our analysis. And how does analysis work? Well, it divides. It looks at, what's this frog? Well, let me dissect the frog, and I'll tell you. Well, it's made up of all these little parts here. But can you put the frog back together? No, I'm sorry, we can't put the frog back together. But I can tell you how it's made. And we can make a robot of it, but I can't put the frog back together. So sky people can't restore life. We can figure it out. We can make copies of it. We can make machines. They had really big machines in Avatar, you see. But they couldn't put it back together. Now the Navi. So they are kind of like, I really related to the Navi, particularly Jake Sully, because you see, he went to sleep. His sky person mind went to sleep, and he woke up in his body, his Navi body. It was big. He could do anything in this body. He was so excited. He was so high. He went running around like a newborn baby, running around, jumping up and down. My God, I've got a body, and it can do anything I want. And then he found a teacher, as you recall, who taught him how to trust his body. Leap out of the tree. You'll trust the tree. It'll find branches for you. Leap on this dragon. But don't control the dragon. You bond with the dragon. What you want, the dragon does. They had a little connector. They cooked their hair, into connector there. Or jump on this horse. Don't be like Rob Moy and yank the reins. No. You bond with the horse. You don't need reins. You just think, and the horse does what you want. You bond with nature. You bond with your body. Sky people can't do that. We got to control it, you see. We got to have reins here. So the Navi were living in a totally different world. It was an intuitive world. It was a world where you see, I see you. It was a world of trusting nature and also respecting nature. So they killed an animal to eat, but it was a religious ceremony. It was a sacred event. The animal gives its life to you. You respect the animal. So this whole bonding, you see, in the Navi, uniting, not dividing. Where the sky people divide and conquer, like Trump, divide, create a civil war between the divisions, and then control it. I digress. So we're looking at this fundamental blueprint here, and then what does he do? Okay, well, let's get to the. I got enough time? Oh, no, I don't. We'll have to pick this up tomorrow. So we're working on the idea of a movie as a metaphor and Avatar as a blueprint. So it's really a movie about Buddha. We'll pick up tomorrow. Remind me if I forget. I'll see you then. Thank you.